sorry. It was just my personal belief using creationism with Darwinism. I force nothing upon anyone, Doctor. I apologize for angering you. You didn't really anger me or anything. It's just that I think you're wrong. I believe in the Bible, but not creationism. I think Darwinian evolution is what truly happened, and that the book of Genesis is actually a metaphor for it rather than a true account of events. Because really, Genesis was written by someone. Are we to assume that person was present at the beginning of Earth? I think it was a metaphor, just my belief. If you look at Genesis, the order in which different creatures are supposedly created is the same order in which different species evolve. Divinely inspired by a god who's capable of imparting the real course of events on the writer, I see no reason to believe that any of the other books were. You never know. I know it's really far-fetched, but a guy who can walk on water and heal people by touching them isn't that impossible. The idea that Santa can go to the house in the world. What? I think the idea that Santa can go to the house in the world as in only one night is way more out there. Not that I'm saying that Jesus' existence is completely logical either. Really, it's just my belief. You don't believe any of that. Fine by me. I was just saying what I thought. Believe. And if one's excuse for heading toward creationism or theism is there's no way to know, but this is safer, I have absolutely no respect for their position. Me, I think that if one part of the Bible can't be trusted, trusting the rest is just @ number sign, $. True, or it's not worth religious dedication. I'd simply need to tell a story of the world's beginning in metaphor. Story ever sounded plausible to you? For example, they believed the world was flat and balanced on the back of a giant. Are more credible than others because they were written by different people. Of the time. A belief based on faith and not logic, and then tells you that you must believe or you will be tortured forever after you die is a false belief. Christianity equals fear-based. You know what? Why am I trying to explain an entire religion to you people? If you're already an atheist, then of course you won't understand what I'm saying. I can't even begin to explain it. If you believe, then you believe. And if you don't, you don't. And I don't know why I'm even having this argument with people, especially on a vid which has nothing to do with religion. I want to end this conversation here. And don't think take it any further than this.
I used to be Christian. I stopped to love God, for He's cruelty and injustice. Religion is just another way to keep people as puppets and small-minded. It's a brainwash and just hopes and dreams. It's unfair judgment. It's about greed and power. That is Religon. The sad thing is that a lot, supposed to be 2 words, are good-hearted people misled by Religon.
That's a little overgeneralized. I've met people like that, but I've also met people whose basis for belief is more solid, even if I still don't see eye to eye. You don't base religious beliefs on logic? Rightio then! I guess I can keep being an atheist even if God walks up to me and stomps on my big toe for being such a dumbass. Protectorate, if your reasons for believing something aren't based on logic at some point or other,
there is never any reason to respect either the belief or the reasons for believing them. I can believe anything I want by your logic. Anything.
Yeah, anything. Because I don't need to... With religion, you essentially just take a gamble. Anyway, I don't know why you're getting so involved in all this. I said that I was Christian, but didn't believe in creationism. And now we're in an argument that's lasted 7 comments. That's just counting the comments between me and you. Really? Why? I believe something. You don't. Can't we just leave it at that?
I don't need definitive proof either. Just enough proof that I can comfortably accept a claim as true. As for why I'm getting so involved, because I like to argue, my friend. I like to argue. Lighten up. It's like a sport, except only your brain is sore when you wake up in the morning. I find it more illuminating than talking to people who just nod like idiots. I think what you mean is that you don't believe in young Earth creationism, by the way, which is really only one form of creation.
And an argument too. It's just that while I'm not a strict Christian, it is still a bit of a touchy subject. It's one of those instances where I'm gonna have to put my hands up and say, I don't have any evidence to back up my argument here. So I try to avoid this subject when I comment on religion. On YT, if you say you're religious, most people assume you're like those people who end up in Darkness's rants. And I will say right now, I hate those guys as much as anyone else in this site.
Well, at least you're honest. I also like that you're using the term logic without really knowing what it means. I like how you're not actually making an argument, just insinuating that I don't know what I'm talking about, without actually explaining what I don't know about what I'm talking about. I also like how you can apparently read my mind, since you can tell me what I do or don't know. I'm not going to hash anything out in a 500-character limit YouTube comment, but I can tell from what you posted that your understanding of biblical scholarship, theology, and logic is shallow! It's not as shallow as you might think, but believe what you want to. Your comments here show otherwise! I find it hard to take that statement seriously when it's unaccompanied by any actual rebuttal. You actually want me to tell you where your comments betray your lack of knowledge or comprehension? Why should I bother? I'm not your tutor! It's interesting that you misunderstand the nature of the Bible in the same way that most evangelicals do.